Imagine a world where clean, reliable energy powers our data centers and homes without relying on fossil fuels. Now, that's the bold promise driving the nuclear wave sweeping through tech and energy startups. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this the green revolution we need, or a risky gamble with old-school hazards? Let's dive into the latest buzz around X-energy, a nuclear trailblazer that's just snagged a massive funding boost, and unpack why this could reshape our energy landscape. X-energy, the innovative company pushing boundaries in nuclear technology, recently secured an impressive $700 million through a Series D funding round, as announced to TechCrunch. This fresh injection of capital arrives hot on the heels of the company's previous maneuver less than a year ago, when it boosted its Series C round from $500 million to $700 million. Altogether, that's a staggering $1.4 billion raised in just the past year or so, a testament to the surging enthusiasm in the nuclear space, where such figures are increasingly common among ambitious startups. To put it in perspective, X-energy now stands tall with a total haul of $1.8 billion since its inception, positioning it as a heavyweight in the race to revive nuclear power. And this is the part most people miss: what exactly will this money fuel? X-energy plans to pour these resources into strengthening its supply chain for small modular reactors, or SMRs. For those new to the term, SMRs are compact nuclear reactors designed to be factory-built, easier to transport, and scalable compared to traditional massive plants. They're like building blocks for energy production, promising quicker deployment and potentially lower costs. The company boasts a backlog of orders for 144 such SMRs, with the capacity to churn out 11 gigawatts of electricity. That's enough juice to power millions of homes or countless data servers. Key players lining up for this tech include tech giant Amazon, chemical powerhouse Dow, and UK energy firm Centrica, showing how diverse industries are betting on nuclear's potential. The Series D round was spearheaded by Jane Street, a savvy investor that also jumped into the expanded Series C. Joining the fray are other notable backers such as funds from Ares Management, ARK Invest, Corner Capital, Emerson Collective, Galvanize, Hood River Capital Management, NGP, Point72, Reeves Asset Management, Segra Capital Management, and XTX Ventures. This lineup underscores the growing appeal of nuclear to a broad spectrum of investors, from hedge funds to tech-focused entities. At the heart of X-energy's innovation are its high-temperature, gas-cooled reactors, a design that's seen real-world application in places like Japan and China. Each C100 reactor packs a punch, generating up to 80 megawatts of electricity. The fuel source is fascinating: tiny, billiard ball-sized pellets coated in carbon and packed with uranium particles. Inside the reactor, helium gas circulates over these pebbles, absorbing heat, which then drives a steam turbine to produce electricity. For beginners, think of it as a safer, more efficient way to harness nuclear energy, less prone to meltdowns because the pebbles can withstand extreme conditions and the design allows for passive cooling. Much like its peers in the nuclear startup scene, X-energy is capitalizing on a tidal wave of interest from tech firms and data center operators. Take Amazon, for instance. Its Climate Pledge Fund took the lead on X-energy's initial Series C tranche, signaling a commitment to sustainable power. Last year, the e-commerce behemoth pledged to acquire over 600 megawatts of nuclear capacity in the Pacific Northwest and Virginia, with reactors slated to go live in the early 2030s. Expanding further, Amazon's partnership with X-energy could scale up to a whopping 5 gigawatts by 2039, a move that's sparking debates about whether big tech is genuinely embracing clean energy or just chasing reliable power for its vast operations. Speaking of debates, here's a controversial angle: X-energy is locked in a fierce competition with other SMR pioneers to breathe new life into America's nuclear sector. While these designs look promising on paper, offering cleaner alternatives to coal or gas, the reality check is sobering. Globally, only a handful of SMR power plants have actually been constructed, and shockingly, none reside in the United States. Critics argue this gap highlights regulatory hurdles, high costs, and lingering public fears about nuclear accidents, like Chernobyl or Fukushima, despite advancements in safety. Proponents, however, counter that SMRs could be game changers for reducing carbon emissions without the intermittency of renewables like solar or wind. Is this the breakthrough we've been waiting for, or are we ignoring the elephant in the room, nuclear waste disposal and potential proliferation risks? Feel free to weigh in below. Do you see nuclear as a clean energy savior, or a Pandora's box we should avoid? For more on this evolving story, keep an eye on TechCrunch's coverage. And if you're at the San Francisco TechCrunch event from October 13 to 15, 2026, this topic might just dominate the discussions. Tim Deschamps serves as a senior climate reporter at TechCrunch, bringing a wealth of experience from outlets like Wired, the Chicago Tribune, Ars Technica, The Wire China, and Nova Next, where he founded the editorial team. He's also a lecturer in MIT's graduate program in science writing and a recipient of the 2018 Knight Science Journalism Fellowship at MIT, where he delved into climate tech and innovative journalism models. Holding a PhD in environmental science, policy, and management from UC Berkeley, plus degrees in environmental studies, English, and biology from St. Olaf College, Tim's insights are grounded in deep expertise. Reach out or verify any outreach from Tim via email at tim.deschamps@techcrunch.com. Check out his full bio here, https://techcrunch.com/author/tim-d-deschamps/.